By human nature, we're all storytellers. But why is it hard for some of us that are pursuing film and want to become screenwriters and write and direct our own films to turn our stories that we have fallen in love with into a solid, bulletproof screenplay? I believe the answer lies in our lack of understanding of structure. That's where Dan Harmon comes in. This man is the creator of the hit show Rick and Morty, as well as Community. What Dan Harmon did with his story circle was he took the hero's journey, made famous by Joseph Campbell, and simplified it. I like to see the story circle as the perfect map. We're basically drawing out a map so that we don't get stuck on page one. I personally like examples, so I'm going to share an example for you guys. So in order for us to truly understand this story circle made famous by Dan Harmon, how about we look into Pixar's 2020 film Soul? Alright, so first we have You, which is where we establish the protagonist, Joe Gardner. Joe Gardner is an unfulfilled middle school music teacher.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Gardner.
You're doing my ears a favor.
Hey!
Not you, though. You're good. He's not.
Alright, so 2 is Need. This is where we establish the protagonist's want, and this is the goal that he's trying to achieve throughout the whole film. After Joe Gardner receives a phone call from one of his former students, he then forms the desire to play a gig with Dorothea Williams.
I would die a happy man if I could perform with Dorothea Williams.
Oh, well, this could be your lucky day.
After we establish the character's want, we then need to have him start to take action. So that's where point 3 comes in, go. After attending the audition, Joe suddenly dies and is sent to the Great Before, where he meets 22 as he looks for a way to get back to Earth.
How many times I have to tell you I don't want to go to Earth?
Stop fighting this place.
I don't want to.
Go to Earth and have a life.
Alright, so after 3 we go into point 4, which is Search. This is where the character starts to adapt to the situation. Joe returns to Earth in the body of a cat, while 22 enters into his body. The two now are in search of Moonwind to get his body back.
Doc, you gotta help me. That's my body, but I'm trapped.
Yes, but that drug doesn't seem to be working.
Alright, 5, Find. This is where things start to get interesting, and this is where Joe Gardner gets what he wants.
Get ready, Joe Gardner. Your life is about to start.
But everything is not what it seems. This is where we go into 6, Take, where Joe must pay a heavy price for getting what he wants. After the show, Joe realizes that there is more to life than a simple dream.
What's wrong, Teach?
It's just, I've been waiting on this day for my entire life. I thought I'd feel different.
I heard this story about a fish. He swims up to this older fish and says, I'm trying to find this thing they call the ocean. The ocean, says the older fish, that's what you're in right now. This, says the young fish, this is water. What I want is the ocean. See you tomorrow.
We already had him enter an unfamiliar situation, so now Joe must return to a familiar situation, and the familiar situation is him going back to the Great Before to make things right with 22. Joe returns to the Great Before to give 22 back her Earth Pass, as he accepts that he's already lived life, and now it's time for her to have a chance to live hers.
I never got my spark.
Yes, you did.
Now people would think, oh, such a sweet ending. He did the right thing and gave 22 back her right to live her life. But it's not over yet. We still have 8, and this is my personal favorite of the story circle. And this is simply where the character changes. So this is what happens for Joe in the end. Joe is now officially given a second chance. And with this second chance, he vows to simply enjoy life this time around. So now you see the beauty of the story circle. Dan Harmon ensured with his story circle that change would come. Without change, Soul would be a pointless film and I wouldn't even be talking about it right now. If you want to tell a compelling story with the story that you have in your mind that you want to get down on paper for your screenplay, just ensure that you are utilizing some type of structure. And if you ask me, the best structure to utilize is going to be this one.